But if you have suggestions for how it should be tweaked, I'll listen to you. I think we can keep this. I think too many basics. I think that is maybe true. Ice-Fang does want you to be pretty basic heavy, but I could definitely see cutting the third forest. Yeah, you can definitely play this deck with Yorion. I don't think that that's unreasonable. You cut the Ice-Fangs and some of the basics. I think the Ice-Fangs are so good, but it's definitely way more helpful to say what you change rather than just things need to be changed. I think the Ice-Fangs are just too critical, though. The awkward turn 2 Hierarch. I think I'm just going to cast Call. So we could call for a blue card and force this life to stage. Don't think that's very good. They don't have a second land anyways. It's pretty crazy good for us. I think I'm just going to get an Uro. We just get Snow-Covered Forest here. Because we have Eternal Witness to get back a land if we need to do that. I guess we need probably double white a little more than we need to play Hierarch this turn. I don't think, I mean, maybe we do need to main deck an Auriok Champion. I definitely went in today thinking that was not necessary. But we have played against like all Monastery Swiftspear decks today. The two basic islands have been troublesome. Maybe shave one for a fourth Vista or Heast. Maybe a second Prairie Stream. I'd probably play a Canopy Vista before I played a Prairie Stream. I don't hate the idea. Yeah, I've been liking Vista in these kind of decks. We have so many options here. Yeah, a Bant Triome really just would solve every problem we have. The third forest is good here. Canopy Vista would be better. Now, usually when I'm playing new decks like this, I do just like to jam a lot and then kind of learn as the games go on. So definitely blocking a Swiftspear and gonna Ephemerate if they grow it. Just trade if they don't. we could if I guess the witness is back, but we could have maybe Ephemerated or forced the light up the stage or played to do that. Could also have just cast the Ephemerate to get a card into the graveyard for Uro. Can see that being fine. This is our blue card to force, maybe a weird game. Yeah, I like playing Angel here. Why Vista over Prairie Stream? I think that my main idea was that I'd be fetching Forest turn 1 pretty often, so kind of in the other two colors would be helpful. Alright, I'm gonna force this so they lose their Stormwing Entity. So is casting the Ephemerate here a spew? I guess it is now that we have the force in the graveyard for Uro. That was a pretty good force. Does Legion Angel make Red-White Angels tier 0? I hope not. So sick of losing to Red-White Angels. Should be fine here. Yeah, Skyclave is really good with Ephemerate, although Stormwing Entity does dodge Skyclave. I think that just has always been the best part about Stormwing Entity. The card is a five CMC spell. A lot of modern just, you know, can't beat a 5-drop. I think we play Legion Angel plus Apparition. Sure thing, Johnny. Let me sideboard real quick. 11 months in a row. Welcome back, dude. Appreciate you. Playing a Bant deck. I know that's your favorite thing. With Ice-Fang and Uro. Wow. Not a huge fan of Force in this matchup. Also don't like Watcher against these Swift Spear decks very much. We can trim a Mimic. Probably trim Hierarchs too. 2 Force of Negation is probably fine. It's like okay on the draw. Maybe you'll cut more on the play. So just standard Grixis Shadow. Looks like a very stock list to me. Seems to be very close to where I'd start if I was to play Grixis Shadow right now, although one thing I'd probably do is I'd play a split of the new Zendikar Fatal Push and this card, probably like a 2-2 split. I'm also like not a huge fan of Team or Battle Rage in these decks, but I think it's still fine. It's better in Grixis than it is in like the black-white based ones I've been playing. I honestly wouldn't hate a 4th Plague Engineers. There's a lot of tribal decks right now. Can't mulligan turn 1 Vial, I think. Also have a Forge-Tender, which is nice. Definitely could be a little too slow. Now we have Reduke in the hand. So in 2 turns, we can maybe even Vial in Charming Prince on our upkeep to scry and try to hit a land. Mimic putting in good work. Is Charming Prince a Reduke design cards like Bob and Snappy? No, it mostly just looks like Reduke is the joke, I guess. And it does look like Reduke to me. Oh, yeah, also I think I didn't know that Reed spoiled the card, but Reed is also like the Charming Prince of MTGs, I think the other half of the joke. Everybody's just so in love with Reed, me included. Alright. Certainly need to find a land off the Charming Prince in our upkeep. Swift Spear and Soulscar Mage. Not the scariest of hits. They still have 2 cards in their hand though, and their draw step. Well, it's got a bottom, I think. As good as the Apparition is here. We have Deputy anyways, and we just need to draw that land. We missed. Stinks. Right, passing it back. I think you could maybe play like 1 or 2 Geomancer's Gambits and some Cleansing Wildfire decks, but doesn't necessarily seem great. Jeez. All gas. I don't see any breaks over there. Not even a single break. It's not in the worst shape. I'm going to Ephemerate my Charming Prince. Could gain 3 life here. Just hope to spike a land. Because I kind of want to... I was thinking that I'd want to maybe Violent Deputy on my upkeep and then exile Sprite Dragon. I think we just need to find a land. Did find a land. I'm gonna bottom the Soulherder. Taking a hit.
You want the one with more honey or less honey?
Less. Yeah, I know I'm gonna get rebound, but I might have wanted to like vial in a 3-drop in response to the rebound, which was what I was considering.
Did you take Athena out this morning?
Yeah.
Okay. She acted like she didn't.
I mean, she just wants you to take her out every day, really.
Yeah. No, I mean she was like sniffing a lot outside. I don't know, going places she doesn't usually go. Weird.
So I'm gonna reset the counters on the Sprite Dragon, and then probably just chew up both Swift Spears. I guess we are blocking the Swift Spears pretty well. Seems really close. Alright, I'll get the Stormwing. Getting the Soulherder up to 4 toughness is also like kind of nice here. Really not 100% sure we played that turn perfectly. I think this is a very critical turn. If our opponent has like 3 spells here, it's going to be tricky to win. Oh, Soulherder is a 4/4, right, because of the Deputy trigger. Makes me feel better about getting the Stormwing entity. Get to Vial back. Vial and Witness next turn. Get Ephemerate if we want it. Let's go blocking like... I think we block like this. Could block like this and still have the Forge-Tender sack up. Gut Shot. They're not paying mana for it, so that... Wait, why didn't they pay mana? That is really weird that they would not. Kind of hard to imagine they have 3 mana worth of spells up. Maybe light up the... I mean, if they had light up the stage, they would have cast it already. Right? Well, that was weird. I'm going to leave this Vial on 3. So we can't Eladamri's Call for Apparition and Path. We can Witness back Misty Rainforest, get Prairie Stream, cast Eladamri's Call and Path, though, if we want. If we want. Kind of a big if. This is a sideboard game, yeah. You like Ewit Ephemerate to gain more life. One thing is we can just Ewit Ephemerate at instant speed. We can just like attack with Charming Prince, flicker Charming Prince to gain 3 and pass. I think that's kind of good. And we just have everything up. The only way like this is not good is if we are like pretty confident we want to get back Prairie Stream, but I'm not confident I want to get back Prairie Stream. I think the Charming Prince is good in the deck. I'm not super sold on it. What in the world? How do they have a Lava Dart in their hand? How is this a card in their hand right now? And why are they casting it now? What in the world? That makes like almost no sense to me. I'm super lost. How was that not cast last turn? Just seems like a mistake. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just very confused. Yeah, it could have been a misclick, but even then, I don't understand. Sorry for waking up your dog. Never happen again. Well, this at least explains why the dart got cast end of turn. So we can all calm down. All of us collectively, who are all equally confused, can calm down. I think I want to get a Skyclave Apparition here. Start flickering it. Cool. Playing against another Lurrus deck. We played against like 6 Monastery Swiftspear decks. Probably a 7th here. I think we have to keep this on 6. It's not too bad. Guess I'm putting back Legion Angel. They have mulligan to 6. This could be Mill. This could be Boggles. There are a lot of Lurrus decks right now. But I think that it just seems like people are excited to try out the Scourge deck. Skyclave has been really good. Skyclave has like been a huge upgrade for this deck. Or at least it seems. Yeah, I'm hoping Mill too. I think Mill's a pretty good matchup. At least like I feel comfortable because we have the Gaia's Blessing. Super aggressive mutagenic growth. Definitely a show of strength. I think I'm gonna Ice-Fang. Do I think Uro is underrepresented? No, I think Uro is just falling out of favor more than I'd say it's underrepresented. Which I think is great. I'm very happy that it seems like Uro can fall out of favor in Modern. For a while it seemed like it would be hard to, but I think we're there. That would explain the aggressive mutagenic growth. If we just draw a Plains, we're in good shape. Although Ice-Fang is not too bad either if they don't have removal. I think I just want to get Prairie Stream and then Deputy the Scourge. They putting Lurrus into their hand here? Thoughtseize, sure. Yeah, I think this deck is good. Our opponent's deck. It does seem like soft to decks with lots of removal. I think I'm just not going to block. Still seems like a strong strategy. Well, I don't want to just die to TBR, so we could Charming Prince to flicker our Deputy. We could cast Ice-Fang first, and then we say we'd lose to TBR if we don't draw a land. But if they don't have TBR or anything, then Ice-Fang is going to be still good. I think I like this like higher upside play that isn't necessarily like an auto lose, but if we do just draw the land, it's so good for us. We did draw the land. I think I like this. They put Lurrus into their hand, which definitely can be problematic because they have Bauble. Yeah, basic planes so that Ice-Fangs have Death Touch here. Although I probably wouldn't fault you for choosing something else. Double green is definitely important, but I think Ice-Fangs just always having Death Touch seems good to me here. Can escape Uro next turn, which is usually game over. But I mean, of course, the Deputy is pretty fragile here. I feel like it's a weird time to cast Lava Spike. Well, oh yeah, sorry. I guess maybe Basic Forest was better because we had the Prairie Stream. That's a good point. I'll trade Swiftspear for Ice-Fang. And then we get Breeding Pool here. Maybe we get Temple Garden. Let's get Temple Garden. I think triple white is better than triple blue. Nice. Ephemerate probably means we can't lose. Just gonna escape Uro. Gonna leave Skyclave Apparition in the graveyard. And attack with Ice-Fang and Charming Prince. Yeah, no Triome. We definitely are feeling the no Triome. The mana base is not great. I'm sure we can improve upon it. We have Vial and Hierarch, which also help. Got a lot of very, very tough cards to cast, though. It looks like they didn't have the TBR anyway, so it's possible the Ice-Fang was still just going to be good. And I wouldn't say we're 100% to win, but if our opponent draws like perfectly off Lurrus and Bauble. Let me pick up the third Scourge. Deputy's been pretty good. I like the split of 1 Deputy, 3 Skyclave. Guess I'll target the Ice-Fang. And then we can E-Wit back. Ephemerate. Then Ephemerate, Witness. Get back Skyclave. Make a pretty deadly attack after we get rid of Lurrus. We just attack with everybody. They go away tomorrow, I think, Panda. Might as well cast the Vial. Maybe showing them that we're a Vial deck is worse than not. But these don't have haste, so I think we're just still beating anything. We even get to Ephemerate Eternal Witness here and get rid of the Scourges. There's maintenance today? Didn't know that. Getting pretty used to sideboarding in this matchup. Although I'm kind of doing different things each time. I'm kind of waffling on Eidolon being good in this matchup. I think I'm going to say I don't want it. Yeah, so I think Legion Angel is good with Aether Vial and Eladamri's Call, being able to call for Legion Angel, just Vial it in 4 times, but it hasn't felt like the best part of the deck. It doesn't feel bad, but it hasn't felt like the best part. Jury's still out. It's kind of testing it, I guess. Yeah, just definitely just testing it, testing a lot of things in this deck, but it's been good like the couple of times we've drawn it, we've tutored for it once or twice. And I think the cost feels more so like just the we're more so paying the cost with the sideboard slots, it feels, than we're paying the cost with a power level in the main deck. But I definitely do feel the hurt of not having all those sideboard slots. Yeah, well, this also hits Uro. We showed them that we're playing Uro, but we only have 1 Uro in the deck. Yeah, I agree that the Tormund script probably isn't good, but they're free to play how they want. Just gonna pass with my mana up here. They only have 1 card in their hand. They do have, Lurrus that they could put in. Toss in a Seagate Stormcaller. Stormcaller is kind of interesting. It's kind of interesting with Ephemerate, to be honest. I'll think about it. You might need to be a little more in on it. Let me just cast Ice-Fang and see what we draw. It's going to give us a little bit of a more informed decision on what to do with the rest of our cards here. Might even get Legion Angel. Probably not. Probably just Skyclave Apparition. That card is definitely good with Skyclave. I think we just take 2. Eladamri's Call really feels like Demonic Tutor in this deck, which is pretty cool. So, in Skyclave Apparition, it's kind of the first time we've seen cards phrased like this, but the triggers are separate. So if you flicker it in response to the trigger, they don't get the spirit token, which I'm just not used to this templating. It's been the other way for like the longest time. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Eladamri's Call plus Aether Vial. Just like those two cards are so fun together, and like Legion Angel specifically seems good with if you're already playing both those two cards. But like probably Legion Angel is good if you're already playing those cards, but less good if it's not like you're playing those cards to get to play Legion Angel, if that makes sense. Like it's kind of a place where you end up rather than a place where you're going. So let me target the Scourge and then Ephemerate it with on the stack so they get less spirits. And you want to target the higher CMC one, of course, if you're going to get this value. Ephemerate is great. Ephemerate is super duper good. And it's very, very good with Skyclave Apparition, which is just a good card in general. Sorry, Skyclave Apparition, maybe I didn't... If I said that this was the first one templated like this, I misspoke. What I meant to say was the first one in a long time. Like, they've been templating it like Deputy of Detention for a while now. Sack Tormod's Crypt to get Revolt and then Fatal Push. Sure. Okay. Of course, we immediately draw the Uro after they lose their crypts. Kind of funny. Alright, there's Legion Angel. Zendikar cards doing some work here. Dead to Temur Battle Rage if they have one. Temur Battle Rage just insane with Scourge. Seems like they have it. We're dead to it even if we double block. Damn it. It's a hell of a combo. Yeah, we would have gone to 0 if we had double blocked. I think. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Your opinion on this deck has gone up quite a bit knowing Skyclave has the new text. Cool. Seems yeah, chat was kind of roasting me earlier saying this deck was bad, but I liked it. Oh, it has it doesn't have flying. Damn it. I always think that card has flying. Sorry. Punt. Gonna mulligan this. I just thought it had flying. Sorry. I'm gonna put back Vista. Yeah, I just always think the card has flying. It looks like it has flying. I think I'm just gonna Ice-Fang. Cool. Probably gonna path my own creature if it gets killed. I might even path my own creature into turn anyways. I still would have lost and it wouldn't be close. I don't think that's true. I would have just escaped Uro next turn, right? We at least weren't just dead like we were dead there. We can play this as a land. Get a Hallowed Fountain here. I go to -13 with triple block. I don't think that's true. Maybe I'm wrong. But we were at exactly -3 after the just single block. Unless I died on first strike damage there. Which I don't think is true either. Nadora, 7 months in a row. Welcome back, dude. Appreciate you. Hope you're having a good day. A well day and a swell day. I don't want to grow their shadows, so I'm not attacking there. Still testing things in the deck, MTG name. I lost playing for 5-0 with this deck last night. I changed some things, but I'm liking this list so far. I think we say no blocks, down to 12. There's Scourge. We have Path for that, potentially. We don't have Champion plus Path, which probably means we can't go for that. So I think we just like play Witness, get back Misty. Play Misty and pass. Oh, they didn't sack their Torma's Crypt. It's kind of funny. I think also the art kind of makes me think it is flying. Let's try to get a TBR out of their hand. You're going to Mutagenic Growth Swift Spear. I think we can just let that resolve. I think we can just let all of this happen. Maybe. Yeah, just like the Auriok Champion is blocking the Scourge so well from here on out. I think that we can... I think we can hold the path for a TBR. Although now that they've played a Shadow, it's kind of rough, but I guess the Shadow is just a 1-1. So let's play Champion, play Hierarch. Not shrinking the Scourge because our life total is lower than theirs. Just passing though. Feeling pretty good. Have a lot of gas left in the tank. Ooh. Feeling less good now. But that is their last card. Gain some more life. So bad sequencing by them, I think. They drew a Thoughtseizes. Jeez. That's just a great top deck. I think they're going to take the path, but I think the Legion Angel is actually better in the hand, so I'm just going to let this resolve. It's like we just have a blocker here. So we have to chump block. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Thoughts about adding a Shalai? I don't like Shalai very much. I think the Legion Angel was better here. We do need them to not draw a relevant card this next turn. Damn it. I mean, these guys are going to have a hard time attacking, though. Maybe that's not true. Want to go to 1? Yeah, I think I'll just go to 1. Alright, pass. So they drew Fatal Push. Yeah, pretty unfortunate series of draws. Like they were top decking, drew 3 really relevant cards in a row. I'm going to keep 1-land Vial here. When do we get to play Electrolyze and Jeskai? In 2014. If I had a paper tournament coming up, what list do I register? Can I pass? Paper Magic is like a little different from MTGO. I'm just like so far removed from it mentally right now. I pass. Cleansing Wildfire, Ruax. I've been playing it a lot of Cleansing Wildfire and Jeskai, and I really like it. Very good with flagstones. We both kept 1-land Vial hands. Can we be a little lucky? We are. Maybe even a lot of lucky. Yeah, I've been very impressed with Cleansing Wildfire and Jeskai alongside flagstones. No! Damn it. Punt. I don't know how I played into that there. Amateur hour. Do I think regular blue-white control is still playable? I mean, it's playable. I don't think it's good, though. It's like there's a difference between playable and good. I think good usually, in my mind, means like one of the best choices for a format. Yeah, I definitely think our opponent has path. What happened to goblins? Good question. I don't really know. I think goblins is still good, just people aren't playing it. I do have an option to tell you that your pet deck is good if you want to redeem for that. Highly recommend it. Yeah, pathing on our upkeep was probably going to be better for them. Now we can pay for Arbiter. We've been set back so much by just not playing around their things. We'll try to end amateur hour soon. They take the Vial up to 4. Interesting. Is there a donation deck option where you can just say you have to play 4 Delver Secrets and take it from there? Yeah. You can just do that for 30 bucks, I guess. And we're about to have our land thought on seared, I think. I'm gonna Vial in the Ice-Fang. So now we can cast either Deputy or Skyclave Apparition. So I think we're just going to do that. What about 4 Saddleback Lagak? That one I'd veto, because I hate playing with Saddleback Lagak. It's too good. I'm just so sick of like everybody wanting me to play Saddleback Lagak. I just don't like playing with the card. It's too good. I think I still have 1 donation deck slot open this week. I had some other people talking about hopping in, but I haven't heard the notification yet. Yeah, Saddleback Lagak. I'm just so sick of it. I lose to it all the time, and it's just not fun or interesting. Just like, you get rid of the first one, it just comes back again, again, and again. I don't know if you're trolling, but I guess not everybody is like super familiar with Modern, but Saddleback Lagak. It's a 4-mana 3/1. It's really good in the support deck. It supports 2, which is just way more above rate compared to everything else. Has 3 power and a toughness. Has lizard tribal synergies. It's good with Ephemerate and Soulherder. The card is just too good. I'm over it. And I'd appreciate it if you stopped asking me to play it, because I refuse to. I think we can be kind of greedy and get the Vial here. I'm not 100% sure about this. We can block like here. Guess it's pretty bad if they have a second path. Guess they do. Just tilted because of the whole Saddleback thing. Second Arbiter, huh? So probably flickering this Deputy to get both of their Arbiters. don't have green mana yet. We can get green mana with Ewit. Can maybe like cycle through our deck a little bit with this Deputy of Detention. Guess I was supposed to target the other Arbiter. Not a big deal, didn't get punished. Well, I guess we unlocked their Stoneforge Mystic. Our hand kind of stinks. So I think I'm gonna Vial and Stoneforge, or Eternal Witness, to get back Misty, and then Ephemerate my clone. I guess I'm not sure if I'm getting back if I targeted the wrong one. Whoops. Got that mixed up. I'd say no to ticking this up. Whoops. Huh. Yeah, I guess we just get rid of the Displacer. Oh no, we were supposed to get, we can still get back the Ephemerate, but now we have to fetch and shock. We should have gone like basic forest. We can still do it, and I think we should do it. We just go to 1, or go to 2 rather. I've been at 2 before. Modern Delver donation deck, awesome Lieberger. I've definitely played a lot of Delver in my time, so I'm excited to return to the card. Just hold up the Ephemerate. Yeah, I suppose so. Kind of like fetching main phase though. Did our opponent say no to Vial last turn? I think they did. Have I played Uro Omnath piles? Yeah, I had like, well, I haven't played like the traditional ones. I kind of had like my own brew with it. I think this deck is like okay. But I'll play like Money Tribal at some point. Do Dono decks for Legacy Storm get a discount? It's a good question. No. But tempting, for sure. So Dono queue is now full for this week. Can be first in line for next week. If you guys are still interested. I blinked it during blockers. I thought it was 2 turns ago. It's been a weird game. Yeah, that's why there's no discount Stovetop. It's got to charge full price for something you're so good at. If you're good at something, never do it for free. Is Pioneer still dead? I don't know. I haven't been playing. Probably, but I've heard. I think the people who play Pioneer right now probably like it a lot. I just haven't been playing because Modern's been really good. If Modern ever gets worse, that's probably when I'll return to Pioneer. But it's just been really good. So they're gonna flicker my Witness, which is it just eats their mana. It does counter the Ephemerate, which I'm pretty fine with. So we could copy Detention and just get rid of the Displacer. I guess that's good. Don't really want to get like an Ice-Fang back. I'll leave this on 3. Was this fucking magical? Thank you for your 3 months in a row. Welcome back. Your game log still covered a little bit, bugs me. Yeah, the problem is I have to like move it every time. I'll see if I can think of a better solution. Definitely noted. I guess we can just pass. Yeah, I was definitely thinking about going Apparition to Soulherder, but I think I wanted to gain life with Uro. Yeah, I'm actually going to just main phase the Uro, see if we find a land to escape it. Did not. Which is fine. We have Eladamri's Call or force up. For you, Modern is on the edge of getting worse since it's really aggro. I think it's just shifting, in my opinion. I think Modern is like pretty diverse and changing a lot and changing quickly, which are usually formats that I like, but agree to disagree maybe. Why didn't I ephemerate the witness to get ephemerate? They flickered my witness in response, so I would have had to have flickered the witness by, like with my Eladamri's call. Yeah, it's Sword of Fire and Ice. I think I'm gonna get Legion Angel so I don't die to Sword of Fire and Ice. Maybe that logic isn't good. Maybe I should just get Soulherder. Shit. Arbiter's gotten me so much this tournament, this league. I think I pay so I can just fetch. Could maybe have played this game a little bit better. Pretty interesting draw. Fran, 5 months in a row, 5 months of the best Moto streamer, 104.38. Thanks, Fran. They have, I mean, they needed to have land plus path for my witness, plus the ability to play an equipped sword, and we do die actually to that. Right, we do die if they have land plus path, and then also the equipped sword we know about. I guess they can also have just Flicker Wisp to flicker the witness. I'm not dead, I can block. I mean, I'm not dead on board, I should say. But I am dead to Flicker Wisp. Seems like they might have. No, I'm dead. Well, could have played better to win that one. Krasha, 3 months in a row. Welcome back. Appreciate you. Forgot I signed up for Prime Video again. Well, thanks for throwing it my way. So I'm gonna cut the forces and maybe a Glasspool Mimic. I often find myself trimming on this card. Yeah, Scam Train is about to take off. Use the restroom real quick. Be right back. Whew. Modern is so weird right now. There's like just so many Monastery Swift Spear decks, and there's so many like Taxes decks, which is just... I can't remember the last time Taxes was so popular, but you know, Zendikar really did buff white a lot with Apparition specifically. I also really like Glasspool Mimic. I think this card's really good. No, I don't think Meddling Mage is good against them. Like, it's just not good against Aether Vial decks in general. I don't think like naming path is like that great a strat either. I like this hand. It's gonna keep. What does the Taxes deck looks like? There's lots of different builds. There's probably like 4 or 5 different builds. I don't think that there is a definitive best version yet either. Should probably say that. Yeah, Spider Space definitely the Taxes master. Right on time, Aether Vial, turn 2 every game. Spider Space, the #1 spider of MTG. Well, I guess they've missed their land drop, so let me just Eladamri's Call for Apparition and get rid of their Vial. And maybe just win the game on the spot. Or pretty close to it. They found a second land. Let's see what they have to do with it. Pretty fine. So if we had drawn a land, we could have witnessed for Eladamri's call for Charming Prince to get rid of the Stoneforge. Not the end of the world that we didn't get to do all that, of course. Well, that was an amazing draw. Probably can't lose now that we've drawn that. Let me just get a Soulherder and get this show on the road. Just gonna fetch now. I guess we can also play a Hierarch and attack for 3 in the air. Hey, Spider. Oh no, damn it, I missed Spider distract. Damn it, Spider. Damn you. Just kidding. But I meant to play better. And Vial and the Soulherder and actually get a trigger this turn. And before chat, why didn't you Soulherder right after I say it every time? I guess we can get a 3-drop right now if we want. I think I'm just gonna pass. Why didn't you Vial and Soulherder? Yeah, this is Spider's big strat to distract me so taxes gets better. It's a good strategy. Actually, you could have Vialed in your Soulherder there. I just want to get another witness. Oh, breakfast. Thank you.
Bare minimum eggs.
I'm not that hungry, but thank you. I'm this hungry. I'm exactly this hungry. Perfect amount. Engine is definitely churning along here. We just spend mana to cast this, so we have call for any 3-drop available. That would have been a good play, Eggy. Good play. You're very smart. I'll say exactly what chat always wants to hear. You're right. You're right, chat. I think they maybe messed up because they knew we were getting back the Ephemerate. No, never mind. We already had it in the hand. Yeah, opponent probably needs the 104.3A. I agree. It's a pretty good time. But not everybody knows. Which is the main point of this channel, is to teach people about 104.3A. Any action you can take that doesn't require any resources to use, like conceding, is inherently very powerful. There's also a lot of things in D&D that make it, like going prone is a free action in 5e. So if you're ever facing against ranged combatants, you can just give them disadvantage on attacks against you for free. Like, you have to pay for it next turn, kind of, by standing up, but anything that doesn't have a cost associated with it is pretty powerful. What class do I play in D&D? I'm playing a sorcerer in D&D and then a monk in Pathfinder right now. Yeah, I like the one of Uro. I think it's a good tutor target. And it's also kind of nice to go on 3 mana Uro, put a land into play, then cast Ephemerate on your Uro, and get that trigger again. I found that to be powerful. Well, one of these islands was a green source. This hand would be great. We have the London Mulligan, though. Very powerful thing. Keeping this, I kind of want to put back a land. Not sure. But every other card is pretty good. We're going to go turn 1 Vial anyways. And the second fetch land is pretty vulnerable to Aline and Arbiter. So I think I'm going to keep this and put back a land. When I tried this, I felt like there weren't enough lands. Well, I'm playing 23. And so like the idea behind that is, so I'm playing 3 Glasspool Mimics. And I agree that this deck has always struggled to find a balance between lands and spells in the Aether Vial deck, but I think 23 lands, 4 Vial, 4 Hierarch, with 3 of your lands being Mimics is pretty good. I think I want to get Temple Garden with my first fetch. And so I'd want the ability to get an island with the next one. I think both of us have had turn 1, yeah, Mimic can be a Vial, or a land here too. Yeah, no dorks and 20 lands I think stinks, but I think Glasspool Mimic really helps bridge the gap, as it were. Yeah, Deputy would be pretty nice. Pretty crucial turn here. I think Rest in Peace is pretty fine. It does stop, our 2 witnesses and our Uro, but that's about it. Hey, future. There's Uro. We'll just, cycle it. Be fine. Yeah, I think we just get Soulherder going while we can. Yeah, I'm not playing a Flicker Wisp to flicker the Mimic. I don't think you should play one. But maybe it's okay. Well, Double Giver is pretty good. Not necessarily unbeatable. They don't have a 2-drop. They only have 1 card in their hand. So I think we're ahead. They have a Thought-Knot Seer, which can take Ephemerate, probably. We already have the card advantage engine going, and now they're Hellbent. Spiring Spike T-shirt beta. Probably just like my Twitter profile picture underneath the text. I think that the next step would just be to cut my face on it for no reason. But I like the idea. Yeah, D&T is definitely... I think, the best build certainly seems unclear. But got a lot of new tools from Zendikar. You think the pick makes it interesting? It should just be your fave faded in the background. My face faded in the background. I like that more. I like that. Just James, 8 months in a row. Welcome back. Appreciate ya. I took Watcher. Watcher is a lot of card selection with Soulherder, but we already have that element's already going. I think I'm just gonna leave this on 2 for now. Nice. I guess not that nice because of Double Giver. I think I'm just gonna cycle the Uro. Sugar Bandit, thank you for your Twitch Prime subscription. Thank you. Love to see those new subs. Spider thinks the best build does not involve Eldrazi, and I'd definitely be inclined to listen to Spider. But will I? I'm inclined to. I think I will. I think you're probably right. You're definitely more versed in these style of decks than I am. So we can double path one Giver of Runes. Not going to do that now. Get Death Touch on the Coatls. Yeah, that was probably better. Although against double Giver, still kind of sketch. I think I'm just going to Ephemerate an Ice-Fang now just to get this up to 5/5 for sure. Oh yeah, rest in peace, screw the Soulherder. That is kind of cute. Okay. Yeah, we'll be able to go off next turn if they don't disrupt us meaningfully here. Pro blue to attack. This is great for us because we just have all the removal in the world. The third Giver, I think we can exile all their creatures here. Oh, whoops, I maybe stacked that wrong. We'll just target a Ice-Fang. But we could have ephemerated this Skyclave if we wanted to. Should be fine. This game is over. This game is over. Game over, man. Game over. They didn't even target anything? I mean, we didn't get the Ephemerate value, but I expected them to target something. Kind of shocked that they didn't. Opponent's not conceding. So, okay. If you block the Thought-Knot Seer with DT. What is DT? I guess I should have attacked, but also whatever. Nothing we do matters. 104.3A with Death Touch. And the Giver, you can path in response. If they use the other Giver, it'll fizzle the first one. That's smart. They just pro blued to attack first. Yeah, I think that we can get the Rest in Peace later. It will be nice to have. I do think that no decision we make at this point matters in the slightest. We're just in garbage time. Maybe in the slightest, but... I think the PAX accounts are supposed to leave at some point today. I'm not sure entirely when. Sure. I guess I'll just blow up their Vial. I'll draw a card. Drawing a card seems better here. It's a big old Soulherder. Yeah, I mean, I thought the PAX cards were leaving sooner, but again, all I do is all my news I ever get is from Twitch chat. So if Twitch chat is ever wrong about something, I have no idea. But let's be real, Twitch chat is never wrong. Yeah, I feel like there's a rule for this situation. If only I could remember what that rule was. I'm surprised that chat isn't tired of this joke yet. So I kind of expected them to be. My opponent is not conceded yet, so they're acting like they have something. I'll play around, settle the wreckage, I guess. You'd love to see a debate between me and Reed never concede Duke. I feel like I could never debate Reed on anything. Just be too flustered. Keep this. I mostly think that conceding has value in like league play, where I view like your time invested in these leagues as a pretty high cost, and being able to concede and go to the next game I think is usually more valuable than just spending 5 minutes on a match where you're super dead. But Reed is often, maybe even, Reed is very, very often playing high stake matches where every small percentage point matters and the time investment is not worth nearly as much as like a fraction of a percent. Well, I guess we win. We don't win, but we just get to Soulherder Skyclave without them having much of a board first, which in my experience so far with Skyclave and Soulherder is just a win in matchups like this. I think I get the general first. We could maybe go after Hierarch, but it seems a little bit better to get the general. Can maybe just hold up Venser next turn? Yeah, I know that Reed doesn't approach league play like I do, and I think that's totally fine. But I think we just value different things. Yeah, I certainly understand the argument of never conceding, but... Oh, are they going to Phantasmal Image my Skyclave? No, they're not. Meddling Mage, naming. Path to Exile. Okay, that card is not in my main deck. Yeah, let me just hold up Venser. Having Venser in play to flicker the tokens that we make with Skyclave is going to be kind of nice. If you guys are not conceding games like when I would be conceding, I recommend not feeling bad. I'm mostly just goofing around. I know I keep saying this is a no joke channel, but the truth is this is actually a sometimes joke channel. Yeah, let me Venser that while it's on the stack. So we can go Witness plus Ice-Fang this turn. I think that's good. Hit our land drop, have a Death Toucher down. I'm only here to clip memes and jokes for my own self-gain. I've been liking your MTG streamer tilt videos, Will. I'll watch all the ones you tag me in. I've liked every one I've seen so far. Alright, we'll let the Eladamri's call go. Can't cast it anyway because of Thalia. Yeah, well, if you want to link the video, I'd recommend it. Will's been doing just every once in a while like MTG streamer tilt or funny reaction stuff. I've made it into a couple of them. Yeah, go for it. I like the video. I give it my thumbs up. At least like the ones I've seen. I think they're good content. They really value this Meddling Mage. I don't blame them, but we don't have a path in our main deck. Skyclave has just kind of replaced that slot. I'm supposed to get the second planes here. Not sure. Giving them a 3/3 token is kind of tough. Still streets ahead, I feel. Any consideration of Coco in this deck? You could definitely consider it. I think Eladamri's Call is largely better, and it's hard to have Coco in a deck with Vial, Eladamri's Call, and Ephemerate. So you'd probably have to cut one of those. And I personally think Coco is not better than any of those. Yeah, Ephemerate plus Skyclave is definitely sweet. Is Cord just not good enough? I think that with Aether Vial, Eladamri's Call is better. Without Aether Vial, Cord of Calling is usually better. But I think a lot of these cards that we're playing, besides, you know, I think a lot of the cards we're playing are wanting us to play Vial instead. So I am playing Vial instead. It's a good turn for them. We have another Skyclave, so we could chump block. Chumping does give them a token. I think I'll double block. Get rid of the token. Yeah, so another new Splinter Twin. We discover a new Splinter Twin every day on this channel. Yeah, not getting the planes was really bad. Yeah, we're in tough shape. Okay, now we can play. Yeah. Now we can get a untap White Source and be in good shape. So I think we're just gonna get rid of this Meddling Mage and hold up Ephemerate, and also I guess Flicker. Get rid of something else. We'll be at 1 Exile, 3 blockers, 4 attackers, but then the Flicker gets rid of the other one. We can also Eladamri's Call for Uro, play Uro, but we can't also cast Skyclave. Seems fine to me. So we lose to Mantis Rider. I don't think we lose to anything else besides like Kessig Malcontents or Mantis Rider. I think are the only things that get us. Yeah, they'll have 4 attackers, but we'll be able to get rid of the 4th attacker with Ephemerate. Eladamri's Call for Detention. I don't think so. I think this is better. I guess that's not bad. What I like about this play is it like makes our opponent like attack into a board where they're gonna have bad attacks now that the Soulherder is big. This just loses to Mantis Rider. Maybe Deputy didn't lose to Mantis Rider, but I think it did. If you Ephemerate a trigger on the stack, they don't get a trigger for the Flicker. That's true, but I think I just want to bait them into making a bad attack instead. Or, you know, not a bad attack, but like attacking into a board where the Ephemerate's going to blow them out, you know? And I'm probably going to Eladamri's Call for Uro to gain life. Although I guess I'm 1 mana short of Call for Uro and then play an Escape. I have Deputy Apparition tokens, yeah. A couple times. Is this General Kudro? It is General Kudro. Not Kitesail Freebooter. Kitesail would be a little annoying. This does make my blocks worse. So I think we go block here, block here, block here. And then flicker this one and get rid of the Noble Hierarch. This game is way, way closer than I thought it would be. Still is like kind of close. Maybe we do need to call for Deputy. There's going to be 3 illusions after we Ephemerate the Skyclave. We'll just see what we draw first. I really am interested, of course, in gaining some life here. We drew the Uro. Can we Uro and call for Deputy? No, we can only do 1. So call for Deputy, so we definitely lose to Mantis Rider. We can't escape Uro because we have 2 planes. I think that this just like gives us outs to beat Mantis Rider, so we're supposed to go for it. Glasspool Mimic is really interesting. So I kind of like Eladamri's Call for Charming Prince, and then Flicker Charming Prince to gain 3 more life. Or 6 more life, rather. Can maybe even attack with Soulherder. I think I'll leave it back. I'm going to feel so happy if they draw Mantis Rider.
Where's the food?
I did drop a little bit. 1 game 1. It was way closer than I thought it would be. You got a little too cocky. So I definitely want the paths over the forces, and that might be the only change I make. But I could see playing the Auriok Champion just as like a Soul Sister to gain a ton of life. Seems better to me than the Watcher for tomorrow. Also can block like their... Hey, get out of there. He's just digging in the trash shamelessly. She usually doesn't do that. Yeah, she just like went nose first into the trash.
Oh my god.
She almost never does that. Esther's cooking too good. Go ahead and give me some more water while you're up. Thank you. Apparition has been so good in this deck. Definitely maybe the best deck at taking advantage of the value, pairing it with Ephemerate. Are we lagging? Feels like we're lagging. Oh, there's an update from MTGO. I have no idea how this is going to work with my PAX cards. Is Legion Angel good? It's been okay so far. I think it's like only good in decks that are playing Eladamri's Call and Aether Vial. And even then I'm not sure that it's worth it, but it's been solid so far. I think it's been worth playing. Well, Iceman, I've got a guy uploading YouTube videos for me now. If you want to tweak something, make room for some number of Ephemerates in the donor list tomorrow. Noted. So I have no idea what's going to happen right now since I have the PAX account, but I think that update is removing the PAX collection. But I'm entered in a league with the cards right now, so I don't know what's going to happen. All right, we're still playing. I'm going to keep this hand. I think the Legion Angels is good. I think that it specifically plays nice with both Eladamri's Call and Aether Vial, and I think that it's probably not strong enough that you want to play a Legion Angel deck. Its synergy with Eladamri's Call and Aether Vial means that you're not like going out of your way to play Legion Angel. But if you're already there, if you're already playing this deck, I think the Legion Angel is worth it. But we're mostly just testing it out today. Put up mulliganed to 6. I think that they're... we just restarted, so I think that they've probably stepped away. But also chat isn't loading for me. When chat's not loading, I'm usually lagging. So maybe I'm supposed to restart again. So tricky, this little mini game of getting Magic Online not to memory leak and destroy my machine. Or my stream, I should say. Maybe I should upgrade my RAM. Why didn't I take Deputy with Eladamri's Call? I feel like the message is pretty late, but the reason was to not die to Mantis Rider, but I thought I said that like 1,000 times. Okay, so we have turn 2, Ice-Fang, turn 3, Uro, then Ephemerate the Uro. I guess people just sometimes aren't listening, but so often I feel like I tank on a line. I spend time dictating why I do X or Y when I'm tanking on a line, and then it feels like it's inevitable that I get asked why I did X. You like Stonehorn Dignitary instead of Angel? I've played with Stonehorn Dignitary and I haven't liked it very much. But maybe I just had bad experiences. It's a pretty good name. Damn it. Yeah, I guess people are just like distracted and watching, but if you're distracted and watching, I'd encourage you to, I don't know, think about the question you're asking. Does that sound rude? But yeah, I haven't personally liked Dignitary very much, but it's probably a little bit better than I think it is. But now seriously, why Plains and not Island? They named, as this is seriously, I feel like this you're joking, but they named Ice-Fang with Meddling Mage, and I drew Path to Exile. So I think that this is better. We can flash in the Ice-Fang in response to the rebounded Ephemerate. I think that I want to do this instead of playing Ice-Fang and blocking here. You are ashamed, but it wasn't a joke. So funny. I don't know. It's not a big deal. I just like want to make sure I'm communicating well. Make an effort to communicate well, I guess. It's sometimes hard to tell. I just want to make sure we're on the same page. That's all I care about. Yeah, I think that maybe the meta is good for Stonehorn Dignitary right now. I just haven't been a big fan in the past. We just got asked why Uro. I hope that turn showed why Uro is pretty solid in this deck. Just like Ephemerating Uro is solid value overall. They've got a pretty quick clock. Taking 5, 8, 10 down to 9, fetching down to 8. Is Ewit Uro playing with my food? I feel like I don't think it's playing with my food. I think it's losing. A losing proposition. But worst case scenario, we just Ice-Fang and then Ewit back path if we don't find anything better. But another Ice-Fang is certainly good. Let's see what we draw for turn. I think drawing the Aether Vial, I think I'd probably just want to Ice-Fang plus Vial here instead of Ewit back path. Seems kind of close. I'm going to play around Deputy by not main phasing the Ice-Fang, although main phasing the Ice-Fang will let us draw Eternal Witness or Ephemerate and Path instead of just Ephemerate or Path. I guess it would also let us draw any 2-drop that we could play instead of playing Vial. I think just not losing to Deputy of Detention is better. I think they're going to copy Lieutenant, or maybe, yeah, never mind. Against Ice-Fang, Rider does seem better. We are dead to Dismember if we don't draw Path or Ephemerate. Oh, 2 is not 0. Still not out of the fire yet, but maybe we're out of the frying pan. Let me look at the deck. Stonehorn Dignitary would be pretty good here. So, escape Uro. If we draw a land after escaping Uro, we can also Path and Eternal Witness. Ewit for Path, call for Hierarch. I guess that does beat yeah, that does beat another rider. Oh no, it doesn't beat another rider, damn it. This beats Phantasmal Image at least, so I think it's better than to get back path than Ice-Fang. Yeah, if we had a Birds of Paradise in our deck, this would be way easier. I want to do it. I don't want to get the Ephemerate, or sorry, I guess I did get the Ephemerate first. Whoops. Yeah, that's what I did. But sorry, I think Path is better than Ice-Fang because Path beats Phantasmal Image, but Ice-Fang doesn't. Wild. Was not expecting that one. Guess it stops our rebounded Ephemerate. Probably would rather call for something a little more high impact than Hierarch, so I'll just chump block with Witness. Might just get Charming Prince to gain life, which I guess is not super high impact, but seems fine to me. Could get Skyclave Apparition. Could just get Auriok Champion. I kind of like that. It's just going to gain us a lot of life, and it's a 2-drop to Violin. Not an Apparition. I don't think we want Apparition here. We just like aren't flickering it. Is Legion Angel supposed to be anything more than a beefy Squadron Hawk in this deck? Well, I guess that's like an okay comparison. It doesn't have the downside of Squadron Hawk where you can just draw multiples is one thing, right? You're only ever going to draw one, and the fact that you can Eladamri's Call for your one copy, I think makes this about as good as it can possibly be. And, being able to just go Vial, 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 Vial seems interesting. I should have put the triggers in reverse. Maybe. I guess so. But I don't think I'm vialing this in on my upkeep just to put the Ephemerate in the graveyard because of the Chalice. But I guess, yeah. Now, I'm still, definitely like just testing this card out. I'm not for sure saying this card is good. But I think that the 3 sideboard slots feels like a bigger cost to me than it just not being of a high enough power level, if that makes sense. So still, oh damn it, that's what I get for monologuing. Didn't take the Vial up. What is happening? Oh, sorry. I thought that there was an Auriok Champion trigger to click through. Just kind of fumbling my way through the end here. We're still in fine shape, but definitely doing our opponent some favors. Yeah, I think Legion Angel is super cool. It's definitely why I'm playing with it. I like the card a lot, which is, truthfully why it's here. Yeah, you can't get rid of this. I've tried. You just can't do it. I still think we're winning by a lot, but mistakes have been made. Yeah, I mean, it draws you 3 more 4/3 flyers. And I also think that, the Soulherder decks have sometimes struggled to just put power and toughness in play. I've played a lot of these decks in the past, and I definitely have felt the struggle to just put a bunch of power into play, and Legion Angel is an army in a can. And I don't think the cost is that high in playing it. Maybe I'm wrong. They named Ice-Fang, just Vial it in though, of course. So drawing that, I think we want to Apparition the Chalice. Now we have Path up. We can also cast Ewit, attacking with Uro. Game seems pretty over. Despite our best efforts. Connor, that actually isn't true. It came up earlier, but you can only get Legion Angel from your sideboard. You can't get it from Exile. But it would be super cool to escape over it. But it almost came up earlier. I have had a Legion Angel Thoughtseize, and it didn't feel very good. This hand's awesome. We went 2-3 our first league. We definitely could have played better. We also had, I think, had opponents that did run pretty hot against us. This deck has been really popular today. This Jund Shadow Scourge deck. Oh, they don't have a very strong start. I think you are wanting to fetch up Temple Garden pretty often, especially with Glasspool Mimic. But Temple Garden plus Island is like, that's when your mana base looks good, and that's maybe the only time your mana base looks good. Well, awkward. Mimics felt really good. Like, the card does a lot in the deck where it kind of fixes an issue that these decks often have, where they are struggling to play, to find that right split of lands and spells in a Vial deck. It also pitches the Force of Negation, and it like is just, I think it like you're certainly not playing it just on power level alone, but the card is not as good as this front half a lot of the time. Not too surprised to see that dying. Ooh. I'd love to draw a land off this Ice-Fang to Deputy. There we go. I don't want to shock. I'm just going to get a forest. I'm going to get the Scourge. I could definitely see Tarmogoyf being better to take here, though. Yeah, there's a lot of good things to copy in the deck. It just like is a pretty versatile card, which I like. Always like versatile cards. Not that the TBR. Yeah, I honestly kind of want to play a fourth copy. I think 3 is fine, but I could definitely see a fourth one being good. Ooh, gross. The second Scourge is going to be pretty tough to beat. Let's take up both Vials. Can't Vial in the Hierarch. Hey, evil honk. So I think we're just supposed to get Uro here and gain 3 life to shrink the Scourges. I guess it only shrinks them by 1. I would definitely get Deputy, or yeah, Deputy if I had one still in the deck. But there's only 1. We can Witness back Deputy and chump block with Witness, which doesn't die if they have nothing. We can Apparition and chump block, but they don't have anything to do next turn. Pretty tough spot. Lots of options, none of them all that good. I think I'm just going to Uro and hope that they don't have much. And then like we could maybe escape Uro next turn. Well, if we Uro, the Scourges are only going to be 4/4s. Ephemerate is a really weird draw. That's interesting. We could have Charming Prince and copied Charming Prince to shrink these down to 1. Not dead yet. Why not play the land? I think this is going to be better as a clone, although I guess playing the land lets us... Yeah, maybe playing the land is better. Just so we can definitely escape Uro. Yeah, I was thinking that we were going to be filing it in, like top decking something. I am gonna take this other Vial up to 3. We have a lot of 3 drops. Oh damn it! Oh, damn it! I clicked no on this on accident. Damn it! Now I can't Vial in the Hierarch to chump block. But I can Eternal Witness back No, we drew maybe the perfect card here. Definitely dead to a lot of things. What's my opinion of Scourge so far? I think the card's good. I don't think it's too good, necessarily. We are dead to Seal of Fire next turn if we can't escape Uro or otherwise interact. We could have escaped Uro if we had just ticked this Vial up. I just misclicked on it. So we can Ephemerate, Eternal Wit. Oh, we just escape Uro. Okay. I was thinking about getting Venser, which is why I took the Vial up to 4. But obviously just escaping Uro to not die to a burn spell. It's going to pass. I like these decks a lot. I do think that the card seems like relatively fair to me, and I don't think the card is too good. I think it's a really interesting and cool design. It feels like a card that was designed for Modern. This is fine. This is fine as my opponent spends 1 mana to put 3 9/9s in play. Okay, I'll say no to all of these. We can just get back Deputy with Witness. Now we'll attack with Uro. Gain a little more life. Then I think we get back Eladamri's Call. Eladamri's Call, I think, for Legion Angel here. Oh, didn't even get to do it. Not a big deal. Pretty ahead either way. I'm just going to play Zero Force. This is going to be... I've been kind of tweaking my sideboard plan. I don't like Watcher because Watchers don't block the turn they come down. I play this deck lately as well at my local game shop, as people hate me playing E-Tron. I used Teferi Time Raveler on the list. What do I think about it? I think that the new 3-drops from Zendikar kind of make it to where there's not really room for Teferi anymore. The card is certainly like fine in the deck and fine in a lot of metas, but like Glasspool, Mimic, Skyclave Apparition are so good that I think you have a hard time finding room for any more 3-drops. The Teferi definitely seems like more of a metagame call than just something you always play in this deck. There is a card if the Scourge/Shadow deck takes off that you could consider playing. It's the green Inscription. I don't think this is necessarily good, but this has a really cute mode where you say target player gains X life, where X is the greatest power among creatures they control. So it's just 2 mana, kill all your Scourges and Shadows. With other modes too. I don't think it's great, but something to like at least be aware of. Yeah, maybe I think the Vials are really good. I don't know I think Vial plus Eladamri's Call is a package. If you don't play Vial, maybe you don't play Call. But they work really well together. Don't try to think Knight of Autumn is good out of the side. Not in this matchup. Like they just are dealing they're dealing huge chunks of damage. Like with Team of Battle Rage and Shadow. I think Knight is good against Burn. And we have Charming Prince still in the deck if we do need to flicker and gain life. Blessed Alliance is probably better. Yeah, probably. Just think it's cute. And Blessing Alliance doesn't always kill their stuff, but this does say kill every Scourge and Shadow you have for 2 mana. It's kind of a unique effect. think we dropped some frames there. Okay, I'll play Hierarch on turn 1. It's Inscription of Abundance. So just a card to think about. If these decks are super dominant, certainly something you can choose to play. Doesn't kill Scourge since it checks both players. Well, you target your opponent, right? You make them gain the life. I think. They've just put Lurrus into their hands, kind of surprising. Because they have a bobble. We have Apparition for Lurrus now. Could witness this turn. I'm just gonna Apparition their spell bomb. No, never mind. They'll just get their mage. I think getting spell bomb's too cute. I think the deck's good, Austin. I do think that the Vials have felt good. Like every game where we have Vial, I think the deck is just feeling much stronger to me than games where we don't have it. Don't attack. Oh yeah, not attacking there was bad. Oopsie. I do think the Inscription card was written and designed to beat the Scourges and Shadows. I think that's the intention of the card. I kind of like baiting the Spellbomb activation with Uro here, although maybe I'm supposed to bait with Eternal Witness. Guess that's probably true. Apparition has been great. Apparition has been really good. They did not want to Spellbomb. I'm hoping they crack their fetch here. They did not. I just don't think we can afford to Ephemerate into one open mana. Yeah, I think Apparition's been just largely great. Really, really does. I think it's just a huge buff to this archetype. Alright, so let's, in my opponent's upkeep, bounce Lurrus with Venser if they do nothing. With Ephemerate up. Kolaghan's Command, interesting. I suppose we're not effectively Vensering the Bolt here. No, I don't want to Venser back K Command. Yeah, I think we Venser back the Epiphany. No, Command is like just not doing anything on the stack right now. Like we just are pretty happy to discard the Hierarch. So they have maybe Fatal Push? Maybe they're just out of gas, but I'm glad the Spell Bomb's off the field. They could just have another Spell Bomb, too. Been an interesting game. Lurrus has been, like, +4 cards or something crazy like that. Inscription doesn't kill Scourge if your life total is higher than their opponent's. Target player gains X life, where X is the greatest power among creatures they control. I don't think that's true. I think that yeah. You target them. They gain the life. Right? Yeah, it just always kills it. You target either player, but it just always kills it. I think we block. If your life total is higher, they wouldn't go to 20. I see. I guess sometimes it won't kill it then, right? I think I'm just going to Ephemerate Lurrus right now. I want the Ephemerate to resolve pretty badly. Kind of want Ice-Fang and play a little more than just Uro in the graveyard. But now we can just Uro, cycle it. They do have a spell bomb, but it's fine. Eladamri's Call is pretty nice. It'll only kill you if your life totals are the same. Or if theirs is higher. So weird to think about. I guess we can't target the Witness. So I'm just going to target Ice-Fang. I think we just need to get Lurrus out of here. Yeah, maybe the card is just terrible against Scourge. I think you're probably going to be able to kill it, but I don't even think like the... No, damn it! I'm sorry, I'm just making like a ton of misclicks today. I went to target Lurrus. Just so much going on. Fuck. So bad to have targeted the Tarmogoyf there. Bad streamer, can't multitask. Just one of those days. Yeah, we could have gotten like Legion Angel here maybe. We're not in the worst shape ever. They're ahead on cards, but they haven't drawn a ton of threats, and they don't have great attacks. They've also flooded pretty hard this game, despite drawing like 7 extra cards off Lurrus or something ridiculously close to that. I think we take the trade with the 2/2. Don't mind Venser being in the graveyard while I have Witness in play. Definitely need a draw here. Okay, let's hope the last card is not a removal spell. It's not a removal spell. Awesome. The ball is rolling. I think I'm going to want to bounce my Eternal Witness with Venser here. If I can't afford to. Not sure I can afford to. It's fine. They could have kicked that. That might just not be on their radar though, because like kicking so rarely happens. But I don't think the last card is a spell. I think they just forgot that they could kick it. Could be like a Thoughtseize, but definitely still in this. Gonna hold this to like maybe ask them to cast a Thoughtseize if they draw one. Still like a little behind, I guess. We double block the 2/2s here. I think we just don't block a Prowess guy. Seems like they probably drew a spell. Skyclave Apparition exiles a non-land permanent with CMC 4 or less, and then when it leaves, they make a blue illusion token with that spell CMC. It's been really good so far, I think. So is Glasspool Mimic. One nice thing about Glasspool Mimic is I think it just lets you play fewer Eternal Witnesses than you would otherwise play. Yeah, pretty sweet draw. Now I'd say we're like slightly ahead if they have nothing good here, but like they are just like one big top deck away from ruining our day. Let me take this Vial. No, this has Flash. I'll leave this on 3. We have more 3 drops. I'm just gonna pass. Yeah, Glasspool Mimic I think is my pick for the best spell land from Zendikar for Modern. It just is so good in these Vial decks, I think. Do something like block, or block. I like this. Not gonna go to 3. And if this trade is just happening, I think we take it, even though it is kind of awkward to lose our witnesses. Like, I definitely would like to have Venser to witness back, but I think we just should be content to take this trade. Yeah, I saw Nikachi was playing this card in Merfolk. I think I liked it there. You know, if we cast the Venser, it's so bad if they're sandbagging a spell. I think we're just supposed to take the trade and have the Venser up if they were sandbagging a spell there. I don't think Flicker Wisp makes the cut. I think our 3-drop slot is a little too clogged, but it's certainly a card to consider. But yeah, if we Venser the token there, we just almost lose if they were holding any spell. Which it kind of seemed like they could have been. Where are you, Legion Angel? Venser isn't saving us for much here. I feel like it's buying us a decent bit of time. Does this do anything? I don't think it does anything. This might just ping me. If I played Auriok Champion plus Mimic as a land and Felder Guardian, I could gain infinite life. Does that work? I guess so. I mean, no, we would bounce a prowess creature in combat is what I was saying. I think I'm getting Legion Angel. Makes me really sad I didn't tick the Vial up. I think we'll be okay. Tick the Vial up next turn. Legion Angel looking solid here. Uro is exiled. Got exiled like 10 turns ago. Don't have enough mana to play the Hierarch, but yeah, just scoop into Legion Angel. So we went 4-1 that league. Didn't even play close to perfect.